Have you ever stood at the bottom of the stairs and hesitated just for a moment, wondering if your legs had the strength to get you to the top? You're not alone. By the time we turn 70, most of us have lost nearly half of our muscle mass, often without even noticing it happen. It's not just about feeling weak. It's about independence, confidence, and holding on to the life you love. But here's the good news. In today's video, I'll be sharing 6 simple yet powerful nutrients that can help you protect and even restore your muscle strength. Starting now, these are natural, easy-to-find options that can truly make a difference in your everyday life. If you find value in this kind of gentle, science-backed guidance, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tap the bell so you won't miss what's next. Now let's explore the path to stronger, healthier living together. Have you ever found yourself gripping the railing just a little tighter than usual? Maybe while climbing the stairs or stepping off a curb. Maybe it wasn't fear exactly, but something quieter. A little uncertainty. A moment of pause. That tiny hesitation might seem harmless, but it could be your body whispering that it's losing strength little by little. Most people don't realize that by the time we reach our 70s, we've already lost up to 40% of our muscle mass. It happens slowly, almost silently. Not with a sudden fall or injury, but with small, unnoticed changes. Chores feeling heavier, walks feeling longer, or rising from a chair, taking more effort than it used to. This gradual decline is something doctors call sarcopenia, but for many of us, it simply feels like aging. And that's exactly why it slips by unchallenged. But here's the thing, it's not just about muscle. When you lose strength, you lose mobility. When you lose mobility, you lose independence. And for many older adults, that chain of loss can lead to a wheelchair, a walker, or the need for full-time care, things no one dreams of when they think of growing older gracefully. The research is striking. Studies from Johns Hopkins University have shown that seniors who lose significant muscle mass face a 320% greater risk of developing mobility disabilities. That's not just a number. That's the difference between living life on your own terms or needing help with the basics. Brushing your hair, getting dressed, holding your grandchild's hand on a walk, and yet for all its impact, this issue often goes unrecognized even by doctors. Many still view muscle loss as a normal part of aging, rather than what it really is, a serious and largely preventable health concern. Even more concerning is that one major cause of accelerated muscle loss is something very simple. A vitamin deficiency that over 78% of older adults have, often without knowing it. But don't worry, because that's exactly what we're here to talk about today. There's hope, there are answers, and they're not complicated. In this video, we'll uncover the 6 most powerful nutrients that can help preserve your muscle strength and maybe even rebuild it at any age. If you've ever noticed yourself feeling a little slower, a little weaker, or just not quite like yourself, stay with me. What you learn here could make a meaningful difference in your life or the life of someone you love. And if you find any part of this helpful, type great in the comments below. That one word lets me know you're here, you care, and we're on this journey together. Let's continue this conversation right where it matters most, your health and your independence. Let me ask you something. When was the last time a doctor talked to you about vitamins, not just for bones or colds, but for your muscles? Because hidden behind so many cases of fatigue, weakness, and even sudden falls is a surprisingly common issue, a nutrient deficiency that affects nearly 8 out of 10 older adults. It's not talked about much, and that's the problem. Because while we're told to stretch, to walk, to stay active, and those things are important, very few people are talking about what your muscles actually need on the inside to stay strong. This missing piece. It's something as simple as a vitamin, and when your body doesn't have enough of it, your muscles begin to shrink. Your strength fades, and even everyday tasks like carrying groceries or standing from a chair can feel overwhelming. The truth is, your body doesn't stop needing key nutrients just because you're older. In fact, it may need more. As we age, our ability to absorb certain vitamins gets worse, and our diets often become more limited, less protein, fewer fresh foods, sometimes even skipped meals. Add in medications that further drain our nutrient stores, and you've got the perfect storm for muscle loss. And what's worse, many people blame themselves. They think they're just getting old, but you're not lazy. You're not fragile. You may simply be missing something your body used to get naturally, but now needs help with the National Institute on Aging, Recently published findings that pinpoint 6 specific nutrients that play an active role in reversing muscle loss, even in people in their 70s and 80s. That's not just managing aging, that's turning the tide. In fact, one nutrient in particular, something that's often ignored by doctors, was shown in clinical studies to restore muscle function in 87% of older adults in just 14 days. Imagine that 2 weeks and people who once struggled to lift a bag of groceries were walking upstairs again, no longer afraid of falling, no longer feeling helpless. That's the kind of transformation that matters. Not just for your health, but for your confidence, your independence, your joy. In today's video, I'll walk you through what these nutrients are, how they work in your body, and simple, natural ways you can start getting more of them through food, daily habits, and where needed, smart supplements. Stick with me. You don't need to accept weakness as your new normal. You just need the right tools, and you're about to get them. If anything I've shared so far speaks to you, I'd love to hear from you. Type great in the comments so I know you're here listening and ready to take that next step. Because your health story isn't over, not even close. Let's take a look at the first nutrient on our list. Have you ever noticed that some days even the smallest tasks feel exhausting? Maybe walking across the room leaves you more winded than you expected, or lifting something light feels strangely heavy. You might chalk it up to aging. But what if I told you there's something deeper at play? Something your body once had in abundance but may now be running low on. It's called CoQ10, short for coenzyme Q10, and it lives deep inside your cells, especially your muscle cells, where it helps produce more than 95% of your body's energy. Think of it like the spark plug in an engine. Without it, your muscles can't generate the power they need. They tire out, they weaken, they give out sooner than they should. By the time we hit our 70s, our CoQ10 levels may drop by as much as 65%. And here's the kicker. Many of the medications older adults rely on, especially statins for cholesterol, further lower your CoQ10 without warning you. That means even if you're doing your best eating well, staying active, you might still be drained simply because your body is running low on this essential compound. And it's not just about energy. When CoQ10 is low, your muscle cells can't recover properly. They become more prone to damage. You feel weaker, slower, less like yourself, but when your CoQ10 levels are restored, your body starts to remember its strength. In one clinical study, older adults who took a high absorption form of CoQ10 showed measurable improvement in strength and activity in just 2 weeks. They weren't running marathons, but they were climbing stairs without needing help. They were standing up from the couch without feeling winded. They were living again on their own terms. If this sounds like something you've been missing, energy, endurance, or just that feeling of being capable, you're not alone and you're not stuck, because getting more CoQ10 doesn't mean complicated routines or expensive treatments. It could start with something as simple as choosing the right supplement. Look for one that contains ubiquinol, the active form of CoQ10, and make sure it's paired with something that boosts absorption, like black pepper extract or a water-soluble formula, because what you take in only matters if your body can use it. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever taken CoQ10, or did you just learn about it today? Type great in the comments if this insight helped you or gave you something new to think about. It helps me know we're connecting, and it just might help someone else find their answer too. Next, we're going to talk about a vitamin. You think you know, but its hidden role in muscle strength might just surprise you. Let's take a closer look. Do you remember those long summer afternoons when the sun gently touched your skin and everything just felt easier? Your body moved with more ease, your mood lifted, and even your appetite felt lighter. There's a reason for that. And it's more than just good weather. It's vitamin D, sometimes called the sunshine vitamin. Most people know it for its role in keeping bones strong, but few realize just how critical it is for your muscle strength, balance, and mobility. You see, your muscles have vitamin D receptors throughout their tissue. These receptors act like ignition switches. When your body has enough vitamin D, those switches get flipped on, helping your muscles contract properly, stay coordinated, and hold your balance. But when you're low, it's like those switches are dimmed. Movements become shaky. Strength fades and falls become more common. Here's the truth. Over 40% of older adults in the US are deficient in vitamin D, and that number goes up if you spend most of your time indoors or live in areas with long winters. Maybe you've noticed more muscle fatigue lately, or your legs feel unsteady when you get up. Sometimes the answer isn't more exercise. Sometimes it's about giving your body what it needs to respond to that exercise. Clinical studies have shown that seniors who maintain healthy levels of vitamin D have stronger muscles, better balance, and even experience 20% fewer falls. That's huge because when we fall at 70, it's not like falling at 30. A fall can change your entire life. Preventing even one can make all the difference. Vitamin D also helps your body absorb calcium, a mineral essential for your muscles to contract. Without enough vitamin D, even if you're getting calcium from your food or supplements, your muscles won't be able to use it properly. That's why this vitamin is so powerful and so easy to overlook. For older adults, many experts now recommend between 1,000 to 2,000 IU per day. You can get it through sunlight, yes, but also from foods like fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified milk. Still, for many seniors, a good vitamin D3 supplement is often the simplest and most reliable way to fill the gap. If you've ever felt a little more tired during the winter months or noticed your strength slip even when you're trying your best, you might just need a little more sunshine from the inside out. Tell me in the comments if this resonated with you. Type great if learning about vitamin D opened your eyes to something new. I read every message and it helps us all feel a little more connected. Now let's keep going because the next nutrient on our journey is one that quietly supports your strength in ways most people never expect. Let's talk about vitamin B12. Have you ever noticed your hands trembling just slightly as you reach for a glass of water? Or maybe your steps feel less sure lately, as if your feet forget where they're going. These moments can be unsettling, but here's something many people don't realize. It might not be your age, it might be your nerves calling out for help. And at the heart of this quiet struggle is a simple yet vital nutrient, vitamin B. Vitamin B12 plays a deeply important role in the communication between your brain and your muscles. Think of it as the wiring in a house. When B12 is plentiful, signals travel smoothly. Your brain tells your muscles to move and they respond. But when you're low on B12, that connection becomes fuzzy. Muscles weaken, hands tremble, feet stumble, and sometimes that sense of coordination you've always relied on just isn't there anymore. What makes this especially tricky is that vitamin B12 deficiency builds slowly, often over years. It can begin with little signs, fatigue, unsteadiness, tingling in the hands or feet, and it's easy to mistake those for ordinary aging. Many seniors live for years with undiagnosed B12 deficiency, unaware that something so small could make such a big difference. And here's where it gets more concerning. As we get older, our ability to absorb B12 from food declines sharply. About 30% of adults over 50 develop a condition called atrophic gastritis, which makes it harder for the stomach to process B12. Add medications like metformin or proton pump inhibitors, common among seniors, and the problem gets even worse. B12 doesn't just help your nerves. It also supports the creation of red blood cells which carry oxygen to your muscles. Without enough oxygen, muscles fatigue faster, and your whole body begins to feel like it's running out of gas. So how much do you need? The recommended intake for seniors is 2-4 micrograms per day, but because of absorption issues, higher doses or sublingual under-the-tongue supplements often work best. And in some cases, injections may be the most effective way to rebuild your B12 stores quickly. Look for supplements that use methylcobalamin, the natural form of B12 that stays in your system longer and is more easily absorbed. Many seniors prefer lozenges or sprays, which bypass the digestive system entirely and go straight into the bloodstream. Have you ever experienced unexplained fatigue or that strange pins and needles feeling in your hands? You're not alone. And the good news is this is a problem with a solution. If any of this feels familiar, I'd love for you to share our story in the comments or simply type, "Great," if this helped you connect the dots. You never know who else might be reading and feel encouraged by your words. Next, we'll uncover a vitamin that does more than protect you from colds. It builds the foundation of your muscles from the inside out. Let's talk about vitamin C. When people think of vitamin C, they usually picture a glass of orange juice on the breakfast table or a quick fix for a cold. But let me share something that not many folks know. Vitamin C may be one of your muscles' greatest silent supporters. You see, your muscles are wrapped in a kind of supportive framework made from collagen. It's what keeps your tissues strong, flexible, and able to bounce back from daily strain. And guess what your body absolutely needs to produce that collagen? Vitamin C. Without enough vitamin C, your muscles lose the scaffolding that holds them in place. Things begin to sag, strain, or even tear. You might not see it, but you'll feel it, maybe in the form of weak grip, strength, slower recovery from daily tasks, or a general sense that your muscles just aren't what they used to be. Research backs this up. Older adults with higher levels of vitamin C have shown significantly stronger grip strength and better muscle function compared to those with lower levels. It's not just a coincidence. Vitamin C supports not only the structure of muscle, but also its energy production. That's right, vitamin C helps your body create carnitine, a compound that plays a key role in turning fat into energy. Energy that your muscles need to keep moving. When vitamin C is lacking, your body's ability to produce carnitine drops. The result? Fatigue, muscle weakness, and that frustrating feeling of being worn out, no matter how much you rest. But perhaps one of vitamin C's most powerful roles is as a protector. As we age, our muscles face increasing damage from oxidative stress, a kind of wear and tear from everyday living. Vitamin C acts like a shield in neutralizing harmful free radicals before they can damage muscle cells. And since our bodies can't store vitamin C, we need a steady supply every day, especially as we get older. Experts suggest aiming for 200 to 400 milligrams daily for optimal muscle health. That's more than the basic recommendation, but it's where the real protective and restorative benefits come in. Fresh fruits and veggies like oranges, berries, bell peppers, tomatoes, and broccoli are fantastic sources. But if your appetite is smaller these days, or digestion isn't what it used to be, a high-quality supplement can help bridge the gap. Look for one with bioflavonoids for better absorption, or consider a liposomal formula for maximum delivery to your muscles. Have you ever thought about vitamin C this way? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this helpful or eye-opening, just type "great" below so I know you're still with me. It helps us build this community of learning and support one conversation at a time. Now, as we move forward, get ready to meet one of the most overlooked minerals in senior nutrition, but one that could be the missing piece in your strength puzzle. Let's talk about magnesium. Have you ever been woken up in the middle of the night by a cramp in your leg so sharp it felt like your muscle was stuck in a knot? Or maybe your muscles just feel tight all the time, like they're holding on to tension they can't quite release. If that sounds familiar, there's a good chance your body is quietly calling out for more magnesium. Most people think of magnesium as just a mineral, maybe something you've seen listed on the back of a multivitamin bottle. But for your muscles, it's so much more than that. Magnesium is what allows your muscles to relax after they contract. Without enough of it, your muscles can stay partially tensed, causing cramps, spasms, and that deep, lingering fatigue that no amount of rest seems to fix. It also plays a key role in creating ATP, the molecule your cells use for energy. Without ATP, your muscles can't perform, not in workouts, not while walking, not even during the small movements that fill your day. And guess what? ATP production depends heavily on, you guessed it, magnesium. Now here's the part many people don't know. Over 60% of older adults don't get enough magnesium from food alone. And many of the medications commonly used by seniors like diuretics, certain antibiotics, and acid blockers can drain magnesium levels even further. It's a hidden issue, but its effects are anything but subtle. A magnesium deficiency can leave you feeling weak, drained, and vulnerable to injury. It can interfere with sleep, increase anxiety, and even affect your heart rhythm. But because these symptoms overlap with what many think of as normal aging, magnesium often goes overlooked. The good news is that restoring magnesium doesn't have to be complicated. Leafy greens, nuts, seeds, beans, and whole grains are great natural sources. But because of absorption issues and sometimes limited diets, many seniors benefit from a high-quality magnesium supplement. When choosing one, look for magnesium glycinate. It's easier on the stomach than cheaper forms like magnesium oxide and doesn't have the laxative effect that turns so many people off. In fact, magnesium glycinate is known for its high absorption rate, making it a top choice for muscle health and relaxation. Have you ever connected muscle tension, sleep problems, or fatigue with magnesium before? If this gave you a new insight, go ahead and type "great" in the comments. That simple word helps me know this message landed with you, and it might just help someone else scrolling through to pause and read. Next, we're going to explore a nutrient that's been hiding in plain sight, often associated with bodybuilders, but surprisingly powerful for seniors looking to rebuild muscle and move freely again. Let's talk about creatine. You've probably heard the word creatine before, maybe from your grandkids or in a commercial for gym supplements. And if you're like most people, you probably thought, that's not for me. That's for young folks lifting heavy weights. But here's the surprising truth. Creatine isn't just for bodybuilders. It's for anyone who wants to move with more power, more ease, and more confidence. And that includes you. You see, creatine is a natural compound your body uses to store quick access energy in your muscles. It's what helps you get up from a chair, climb a flight of stairs, or catch yourself from falling. These are the movements that protect your independence, and they depend on energy. Your muscles can access instantly. As we age, our ability to produce and store creatine decreases. Not only that, but the satellite cells, the little helpers that repair and build new muscle, slow down too. In fact, after the age of 60, satellite cell activity can drop by up to 50%. That means even when you try to stay active, your muscles may not recover or grow the way they used to. That's where creatine steps in. Research shows that creatine supplementation can wake those satellite cells back up, boosting their activity by as much as 35%. When paired with light resistance exercises like bands or simple chair workouts, creatine has been shown to increase strength by 14% and add over 2 pounds of lean muscle in just 12 weeks. Imagine being able to lift groceries again, walk farther without rest, or simply feel more stable on your feet, all from something your body used to make on its own. And the best part, you don't need to load it like young athletes do. Just 3 to 5 grams per day is enough for seniors to feel the benefits. While red meat and fish naturally contain creatine, you'd have to eat over 2 pounds of beef per day to reach the same effect as 1 scoop of a high-quality supplement. Look for micronized creatine monohydrate. It dissolves better, absorbs more easily, and is especially gentle on digestion, which is important as we age. Creatine is also incredibly safe, with over 200 studies supporting its long-term use, even in older adults. So if you've ever felt like your muscles just don't bounce back like they used to, creatine might be your quiet companion on the path back to strength. Did this change the way you think about creatine? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a simple "great" in the comments if this opened your eyes. It helps us stay connected. And it may be the encouragement someone else needs to take that first step. Now that we've explored all 6 essential nutrients, let's talk about how they come together and how you can build a simple daily routine to support your strength step by step. If something in today's video made you pause, reflect, or feel hopeful about taking care of yourself or someone you love, let me know. Just type "good" in the comments. It's a small word, but it says a lot. It means you care, you're listening, and you believe in choosing wellness one step at a time. To wrap things up, we've explored 6 powerful nutrients that can do more than just support your health. They can truly restore strength, energy, and independence as you age. From creatine and magnesium to vitamin C, B12D, and CoQ10, each one plays a unique role in helping your muscles move with confidence, recover faster, and protect you from injury or fatigue. And the best part, these aren't extreme solutions. They're simple, natural, and often overlooked tools that can fit into your everyday routine. It's never too late to start. Maybe it begins with a walk around the block, a glass of water with lemon, or a small adjustment to your supplements. Tiny changes taken consistently can lead to powerful transformations. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin, because every step you take toward better health is a gift to your future self and to those who love you. If you found this video helpful or comforting, I'd love for you to stay connected with us. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss more tips and stories designed especially for senior wellness. And if something in this video resonated with you, even just one moment, please leave a comment below. Just type "good" to let us know you're here and committed to your health journey. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to feel encouraged today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.